So the Vanuatu program was 130K. It was always 130K to begin with, and in this prize, what one really got was a couple of important things. One is the access part of it, right? That's very important. And secondly, the speed and the criteria. So again, let's not discuss too much about the criteria. You know what I mean. Speed was 60 days, pretty fascinating. One of the fastest to get citizenship. The other benefit was not the benefit, but what you really paid for was the access. You had UK, Ireland, and you had the Shenzhen access. Mostly that's all that you would otherwise get from any of the other programs. Couple of other countries here and there, Japan maybe, not anymore. But again, you basically paid 130K for the speed, the criteria. A lot of people sneaked in this program, and then you got pretty much, you paid 130K for that. Those three areas that I mentioned. Now the Vanuatu program has they have officially and finally suspended the Shenzhen access. So you really lost half the value. The program has just been sitting and watching what really happens, and now that we have a final confirmation, the suspension. Now the suspension may be reviewed next year, but until then it's final that the Shenzhen access is revoked. Now what does this mean for the people who paid the 130 and got the passport and the citizenship? Well, it means that yes, you paid, you got this, the access is now suspended. So unfortunately, those people cannot travel to the Shenzhen area. Now the 130K made sense because you got the access and then you also got the speed, right? Now that you have lost half the access, in my opinion, it really has lost half its value. There were a couple of other significant issues, and this is just my opinion. This is not immigration, legal, tax, or financial advice, just my personal opinion. The other confusing aspect of this program was the different categories of people that you had under this program. Chinese nationals had a separate category. Other people didn't qualify for this. Then you had the whole confusion with the honorary citizenship, right? What does that mean? In the very infancy stages, you had the yellow passports versus the green passports. A lot of countries, question whether to allow citizens with these yellow passports. So the program has gone through a couple of iterations, and finally, it is where it is. Now, fast forward 2022-23, I think because now it's final that the Shenzhen access is revoked, the program ideally should cost half the value. Now, if this program changes price to, let's say, 60K or 65K, half of what it was, then I think this becomes a very interesting one. Now, obviously, they have to remove the whole concept of honorary citizenship, right? Nothing of that sort should be there. It should be a full-blown citizenship, the same citizenship that is offered to natural born citizens. So that's one thing. The 60 days of processing time can be left alone. I mean, if they want to do it faster, it's better, but 60 days is good. In my opinion, they can continue. The criteria has to be beefed up, right? You don't want everyone and anyone with any kind of record to gain access to this. So if they want to entertain thoughts of regaining the access and all of that, then obviously the criteria has to match up with international standards. It has to match up with some of the other programs that are offering out there. The price point, if it becomes 65K, then what would one get in the 65K? They would still get the UK access, which is pretty valuable. You'll get Ireland and then a bunch of other countries. So for that type of access, a 65 or a 60K passport really sounds reasonable. Now, they haven't taken any of actions for reducing the price. They should, in my opinion. And what I have done is I've already reached out to Vanuatu authorities to consider reducing the price to 60 or 65K so that it becomes more attractive and there'll be a lot more demand. The program right now is just hit a roadblock, but in order for it to be competitive and really compete tough with the other Caribbean programs, if this price comes down to 65K, I think it's high time. There's a couple of reasons, strong reasons why the price should be 65. One is the lost access, and second is the economic impact and the recession. A lot of countries are itching to come up with their own citizenship programs, but again, they have some constitutional hurdles that they have to cross, so that's causing that delay. But because this program is already out there, it's very easy to slash the price, 50% discount, 65k, you get UK, you get Ireland. It just becomes a great competitive program at that price point. So I have reached out to the authorities to see if they would consider this proposal. The other thing that I've also mentioned is the honorary citizenship should be scrapped. There should be no confusion. It should be one citizenship for all. You pay versus you get it by birth. It should all still mean the same passport, same privileges, same citizenship. That's when the criteria, the value, the valuation will improve. And if you are interested in knowing what happens from that outcome, you can click the link in the description. There's a newsletter that I sent out. Now, this is not a spam weekly or a monthly newsletter. This is an exclusive communication that I send to my insider subscribers. So if you are interested, definitely go ahead and sign up for that, so you get notified of what happens of that request. Now, regarding if you're getting this program, right, let's say it becomes 65k and you decide to go for this passport or this option, does this create red flags? Well, on a public forum, it's not fair and it's not sensible to criticize or talk about flags, and it really doesn't do anyone any good. It harms the reputation, etc. So general information is fine, where you understand the option, educational content, where you're getting to know the program, what are the different criterias and qualification criterias, etc. But again, anything derogatory or saying that a certain thing is a red flag is not a fair thing. So if you are interested in understanding if this is okay, not okay in your particular circumstances, there are certain circumstances where there is no other option. This is your best bet. So in those cases, yes, this makes absolute sense. In certain cases, it's a questionable thing, right? You need to understand the full impact. Does it cause a red flag? Does it not cause a red flag? But those type of discussions are one-on-one personal consultations. So if you are thinking of getting something like this, something similar, and if you want to know in general, and I'm talking about all CBI programs, let's say the Turkish program, right? In certain cases, does that cause a conflict versus Caribbean? Caribbean, for banking, you might have a question in a certain country. Is this Caribbean program good? Is it safe? Does it cause a red flag? Now, those are all private discussions. Each one's circumstances are different. So it's very important to understand what you're up to, and then accordingly, it makes sense to say whether it's a red flag or not a red flag, whether it's a good investment or not a good investment. So if you are interested, you can always book a call and discuss your circumstances, and we can get you started with your situation, right? You're looking for a certain program, we can get you started with that. If you just simply want to know if it is the right fit for you, we can have that discussion. Now, if you're new to my channel, my name is Jay Suresh, and here we discuss investments that lead to residencies and citizenships. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you are subbed, so you're always up to date on all the new videos that I create. And if you liked this video, give me a thumbs up, and see you in the next one.